people, Evie, Gibney and Harrison Hiddle, who are the 2023 Te Puke High School head students.
Kia ora e ngā iwi, ko hui mai nei, ki tēnei marae, ki te korero I ngā whakaaro. Ka anui te ko, mō tō koutou kaha, ki te haere mai, ki te tautoko, I ngā korero, e pai ana ki tēnei hui. E noho e nā ino e tuku taumata taranaki. Whakaeke ki te au o Waitara e rere nei. Kia atu tangata whenua ahau, ko murirau patu tuku moroi. Ko puke taku mana, taku ihi, ko te ati awa he pau whenua, he pau tangata. Kātou hā kai te whare taona. And welcome to the Te Puke High School Centenary reunion. I am Evie Gibney and this is Harrison Hiddle. And we have had the privilege to be the head students of Te Puke High School for 2023.
Te Puke High School places massive significance in covering all areas of learning. This includes academic, culture, performing arts and sports. Te Puke High School is our community school and currently has a roll of 950 students.
A significant part of our time at Te Puke High School has been COVID. Our year group, perhaps more than any other, have repeatedly had learning interruptions. We have survived the challenges of isolation and remote learning, as difficult as that has been. As many of you will appreciate, we need to acknowledge the support we have had from our families and staff.
Te Puke High School has been a significant part of our lives for the past 5 years. We've seen a number of changes happen during this time, and most recently the completion of resurfacing and covering our outdoor basketball court. We also got a new container gym with that. We would still also like to see a new gym, but this is possible in the near future.
Another significant area of growth at Te Puke High School has been the increased diversity we enjoy at our school. The last 5 years, we have seen our Kapaka group grow from strength to strength and our Multi-Student Leadership Council grow. We also have an Asian Student Leadership Council and our Pacific group. Our international students, although reduced during COVID years, now has over 55 students from various countries in Europe, Asia and South America. It makes every day an exciting experience as we get to learn from each other.
Our school is at the forefront in providing our students with access to the latest technology. Our newly built technology block has equipment that other schools envy. The computers we have ensure our students are well prepared for life in the real world. Students control our drones, run the light and sound for cultural events, and students now have the availability to choose programming subjects and which offers jobs outside of school.
I would like to say a big thank you to Anthony Wihopi and our local iwi kaumātua for leading our mihi whakatau this morning.
We would now like to welcome and introduce the official party. James Senior, Mayor of Western Bay of Plenty, Alan Little, TPHS Principal, Chrissy Robinson, TPHS Board of Trustees Chair, Barry Foster, former Principal, 1994 to 2006, and his wife Robin, Belinda DeValta and Warren Webber, Centenary Reunion Committee co-chairs. We also have apologies from Todd McLean, MP for Rotorua.
Can we now please invite Western Bay of Plenty Mayor James Senior up to speak.
Ngā mihi kia taku ke iwi, ngā mihi kia waitaha iwi, tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to you all. What an honour and privilege it is to be here today to celebrate 100 years of secondary education in Te Puke. Thank you to Belinda and the Centenary Reunion Committee for inviting me and the introduction from head students. I want to acknowledge Principal Alan Little, former Principal Barry Foster, and the Chair of the Board of Trustees, Chrissy Robinson, and the roles that each of you play and have played in making the school what it is today. But the main purpose of today is to congratulate, celebrate and reflect on the centennial milestone event. Schools are at the heart of any community, and Te Puke High School is no different. The relationships and friendships formed between classmates often last a lifetime and bind the community together in the future with shared experiences. And I have no doubt that the school's teachers get immense satisfaction from seeing young, fresh-faced children gain skills and confidence throughout their time here, and then go on to take up positions of responsibility either locally or elsewhere across the module. I want to take the opportunity to thank all the teachers, past and present, for their commitment and passion to educating our youth, which I know is not always an easy path to tread. Over the course of the last century, a vast number of students, teachers and parents will have been educated at, taught at and interacted with the school, and through the education received, improved the lives of so many. You should all be proud of that legacy, and I wish you well with this celebration, and I hope you have a good time reminiscing with current friends, catching up with old friends, and maybe even making new ones. I myself have just caught up with a cousin that I didn't know went to this school. So congratulations to Te Puke High School and everyone who has ever been involved in its story over the last century. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou.
Thank you, James.
We would now like to welcome our Principal, Alan Little.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Nō mai haere mai. I wish you a very warm welcome to the Matua Kuia staff, students and the community, and in particular on my hoki mai. Welcome back to past students and to staff. It is with great pleasure and a profound sense of pride that I extend a heartfelt welcome to our past pupils and staff to celebrate this centenary reunion. And what a curtain opener this morning. Well done, the ABs. I'm sure they were clearly focused on making sure they won. Encourage this celebration. Our community can be proud of the fact that quality education has been provided for students in Te Puke for over a long period of time. And throughout the decades, schooling in Te Puke has continually changed and developed to meet the ever-changing demands and needs of society. It is a place where friendships have been formed and dreams have been nurtured and futures have been built. And the Centenary reunion will provide a fantastic opportunity for past pupils and staff to reconnect with old friends, share memories, kindle new friendships and foster connections for the future. The Centenary reunion will serve as a testament to the enduring quality of the development of education. In preparation for this celebration, I did a bit of research on some of the main changes that have taken place in education in 100 years in New Zealand since 1923. The same year that Disney started. Here's my brief history lesson. It's sort of interactive, so you need to put your hands up. Anyone here from the 1920s and 30s? Right. Students during that time, if you were disabled, you were actually denied a mainstream education and you were confined to institutions. And during the 30s, the depression of the 30s, that childhood was only recognised as a distinct stage of human development during the 30s. In 1936, The proficiency examination at age 12 and 13-year-olds had to sit was abolished. And then most people can remember the school book. That was introduced in 1937. Every child was given a half pint of milk that could have set in the sun for hours. 40s and 50s, let's see your hands. There you go, really good. The developments of education in New Zealand did stagnate during the 40s because of World War II, and I want to pay tribute to those who served the country during that time. There was the development of the main block, and you'll see that when you walk around the school. And also in 1945 was the year that secondary education in New Zealand was made free, and the compulsory age was 15. School certificate and university entrance were introduced. There was streaming introduced, and that divided students into academic, commercial, domestic and trades courses. 60s and 70s, let's see it. There you go. These were decades of consolidation in terms of education, and there was recognition that at that time the education system was not meeting the needs of Māori students. And it was in 1969 that native schools were abolished with the intention to integrate Māori students into mainstream state schools. Towards the end of the 70s, there were a lot of questions being asked of the government regarding the status of Māori language and culture in New Zealand education system. 80s and 90s. Against the backdrop of the issues raised in the 70s, the New Zealand education system underwent major reforms during the 80s and 90s. 1982, the first Kauranga Māori language preschool. 1985, the first Kura Kaupapa Māori language immersion schools. 1988, David Longy, Prime Minister at the time and Minister of Education, accepted many of the recommendations in the so-called PICO report and introduced Tomorrow Schools. The following year, the Education Act of 1989 brought significant changes to how schools look and work in New Zealand. The governance and structure of the New Zealand education system was changed dramatically from a centralised control to autonomous self-managing schools, where locally elected boards of trustees were responsible for learning outcomes, budgeting and employment of teachers. In the 90s, early in the 90s, the World Wide Web was invented. And this would go on to have a massive implication on teaching and learning in the decades to come. 1993, couldn't believe this. The school leaving age was raised to 16. I would have thought it was a lot earlier than that. 2000 and 2010s. Anyone here? Get away again, Lily. Alright. 2002, NCA replaced school certificate and bursary. 2007. The New Zealand curriculum was introduced, 2007. And at that time, it was considered as cutting edge amongst teachers and educators around the world, with an increased emphasis on the importance of lifelong learning. The 2020s. We're still undergoing lots of reviews. We've got reviews of curriculum, reviews of NCA. We've taught and we've learned through a worldwide pandemic. So this is really a brief summary of sort of things that have changed in education in New Zealand over the last number of years. And I It's probably hard for us to imagine what the changes over the next 100 years will be, when AI will probably be a distant memory, and when past pupils and staff will return for the bicentenary. I want to take this moment to acknowledge previous principals, including Lionel Litt, George Marshall, Mary Foster. In closing, on behalf of the current students and staff, I want to thank the organising committee for the hard work they put in over the last couple of years to enable this celebration to take place. To past pupils and staff, no mai, hoki mai. Welcome back. Welcome back to your school. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou.
We would now like to invite our Te Puke High School Board of Trustees Chair, Chrissy Robinson.
Tēnā koutou katoa, he mihi nui, he mihi aroha kia koutou katoa. Ko Chrissy Robinson tō koina. Ngā mihi nui koutou ki tōna whenua, mō o kāranga kōrero e o waitara kaha, waiata kaha. E mahana ahau i tōku ingoa. Ngā mihi nui ki te haka. Kei te poku kōrero e haka o na waiata. He tauna o te kura tuero i te Aro mai he te reo he iti taka te reo. As the chairperson of the Te Puke High School Board of Trustees, it is an honour to address you on the momentous occasion of our centenary celebration. I feel especially honoured as I've only been in the chairperson role 5 weeks. So this centenary, I see it as not just an opportunity to reflect on the past and celebrate our history. It's a time to acknowledge a powerful and symbiotic connection between our high school and its community. The success of our students becomes the success of our community and the legacy that we pass on to future generations. So the theme of my speech today is simple. It's about the importance of a high school to a community and how a high school needs the support of its community to thrive. Te Puke High School serves this community to bring to life our shared dreams and aspirations for our rangatahi. Te Puke High School is more than a place of learning. It's a pillar of the community. It's a place where our most precious treasure is nurtured, where the values are instilled, and where lifelong friendships are forged. It's a place where students discover not only academic knowledge, but also their identity and their passions. So today, let's not only celebrate our school's history, but also rededicate ourselves to the idea that our high school is not just a building. It's a living entity that both thrives on the strength of its community and contributes to the strength of the community. As we look back on the past this weekend, many will be reconnecting with the community of their younger years and with this kura. My prayer for this weekend is that by engaging in this way, an affection for this school and community will awaken, reawaken, or be increased. And that's what happened for me. When I happened into the school one day about 6 years ago to discuss a charity launching, Alan took time from his day to show me around, and something happened in my heart that day. I love this school, and I love those in it, and I want to contribute to its name. This weekend, we get to see the legacy of individuals, many who are in this room now, as I see many of my former teachers, and I know you will be seeing them as well, and leaders of this school, who believe in the power of education and the potential of Te Puke young people. We must continue the legacy of believing in the power of education and the potential of Te Puke's young people for our community to thrive. In closing, I want to express my profound gratitude to our Centenary Committee members for their exceptional work. Your commitment to preserving the rich history of our school is truly commendable, and your mahi is a testament to the enduring bond between the high school and the community. I'd like to acknowledge personally Debbie Rowan, Charmaine Weber, Lynn Clay, Belinda DeValta, Janice Diprose, Winsome Harvey, Simon McGillivray, Patsy Richardson, Warren Weber, Gary Benner, Kelly Jetson, Liz Espen, Alan Little, and Josh Crump. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou from the Te Puke High School Board. I also want to thank every one of you for being part of this historic occasion. Your presence today not only honours our past, but it reaffirms the bright future of Te Puke High School, firmly rooted in this whenua, with our mana whenua, and our vibrant and diverse community. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Ngā mihi, Christina.
Now we're going to invite Barry Foster up to speak, former principal from 1994 to 2006.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Greetings to you all. It's a long time since I last stood here. Man, things change. For those of you out there that I did recognise, it's heartening that many of you are almost as grey and bald as I am. I asked my children what they remember of me as principal, and they said it was the cringe-worthy jokes in assembly. In 1998, we held the 75th Jubilee, and haven't the next 25 years gone past in a blur? It's worth considering that in 1998 there were no iPhones, no Wi-Fi, no Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, no Wikipedia, and Google only came into existence late that year. Around this time, I had the best job in New Zealand and the worst job in New Zealand. Principal of Te Puke High School. When the student leaders spoke of prize giving, when the successes of students locally, nationally and internationally were read out at assemblies, when I attended sports fixtures, visual and performing arts were on show, And when I observed enthusiastic students work inside classrooms and other environments, this had to be the best job. So when was it the worst one? During this time we had a number of deaths of staff and students, and each one of those had a significant impact on the school. In these difficult times, Te Puke High School staff and students came together to support each other, and in doing so, my job changed from the worst job to feeling really proud of being part of the Te Puke High School whānau. And as you wander around the school this weekend, there may be opportunities to reflect back on those people that have passed away. Who was here, hands up, when Dave Lund was the principal? Thank you. Who remembers his favourite story during assemblies? The one about the chopsticks, yes. The difference between heaven and hell. And it really had an impact. In my experience, Te Puke High School has long had the reputation as being a place where all students are well catered for. Trainee teachers come in and they are well looked after. Te Puke High School is an example from the real world. It's not soft and easy, but Te Puke High School students have the opportunities to be well prepared for life after school. They are resilient and can handle change and be successful in tertiary studies. The whare continues to set the scene, starting with its name, Kimi Te Mātauranga. Search for knowledge, seek for knowledge. The carvings depict the journey of young people of this district, from early childhood education, primary school, through intermediate and onwards to secondary school. Ahead are their tuakana, providing encouragement and example. And following behind are the taina, the people that you are assisting and supporting. This model leads to lifelong learning. You know, I just have to include one of my assembly stories. It's called time management. One day an expert in time management was speaking to a group of business students. To drive home a point, he used an illustration the students would never forget. As he stood in front of the group of high-powered overachievers, he said, "Okay, time for a quiz." And he pulled out from under the table a wide-mouthed glass jar and set it on the table in front of him. And he produced about a dozen fist-sized rocks and carefully placed them one at a time into the jar. And when the jar was filled to the top, no more rocks would fit inside it, he asked, "Is this jar full?" The people in the class yelled out, "Yes." The time management expert replied, "Really?" And he reached under the table and pulled out a bucket of gravel. He dumped some gravel in and shook the jar, causing the pieces of gravel to work themselves down into the spaces between the big rocks. Then he asked the group once more, "Is this jar full?" By this time, the class was onto him. "Probably not," one of the students answered. "Good," replied the expert, and he reached under the table and brought out a bucket of sand. He started dumping the sand in the jar, and it went down to all the spaces between the rocks and the gravel. Again he asked the question, "Is this jar full?" "No," the class shouted. And once again he said, "Good." Then he grabbed a jug of water and began to pour the water in until the jar was filled to the brim. And then he looked at the class and asked, "What's the point in this illustration?" And one eager student raised his hand and said, because this lesson is about time management, the point is, no matter how full your schedules are, if you try really hard, you can fit some more things into it. No. No, said the speaker. That's not the point. This point illustrates, this illustration teaches us that if you don't put the big rocks in first, you'll never get them in at all. And so I used to challenge the students. What are the big rocks in your life? Is it a project you want to accomplish? Success at school, time with your loved ones, your faith, your education, your finances, a cause? Remember, you have to sort out what your big rocks are and put them in first, or you'll never get them in at all. Enjoy the weekend, folks. Admire the facilities and the technologies. Catch up with the year group. And make sure you have some throat lozenges to ease your throat when you're talking. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Mary. Now, may we all please stand for the school song. We need to thank the students for their efforts in respect to our school song, which has been heard in the different ways.
Co-Chair of the Centenary Committee. Belinda and Warren Weber, as co-chairs of the Centenary Committee, have been devoted to making this weekend happen for a few years now and have spent countless hours working behind the scenes and leading a dedicated group of supporters to make it all happen. Can we please welcome and acknowledge Belinda, Warren and the committee's efforts.
Thank you so much. I'm just grateful that you came. Far out. Yeah, no, I can't take all the credit, obviously, because this has been a huge team effort. So, yeah, but thank you for your applause, and we'll see if you're still happy with us at the end. So, the first thing I would like to do this morning is acknowledge our sponsors. So we've been very fortunate to secure a lot of really amazing sponsorship. I want to acknowledge the personal family sponsors, so the Cohenhoven family, Phil Booth, Marge and David Basham, the Peters family, and we also have two personal family donors who have asked to remain anonymous, but we know who you are and we really appreciate your support. So can we please thank you? I also want to thank Fenton McFadden. Lance Ewins has been amazing at supporting our Alumni Association with our efforts to form an incorporated society. Thank you, Warren. And also, he's from Venice Proactive. Anna McFadden from Fenton McFadden has been our legal advisor through that process as well. Fine Line Design have been helping us with all of our publishing, and they helped us finish off our beautiful book, which I hope you've all got a copy of, or at least considering purchasing. Good As Films, our old mate Gary Benner up there, who's been amazing at documenting everything throughout our process. Sorry, I don't know why I said old mate Gary. Oops. Epic Cookie, who've been really supportive with their promotion of our event, and they helped us out with a few things, including the billboards on each side of town. Peak Panel and Paint, who are one of our financial sponsors. Semantic, which is also Gary, doing all of our web work, all of our online presence. EvoCom, who supplied all of our signage for free, so Tim White's was really generous with his time and his resources. Citizens RSA, who hopefully a lot of you were there supporting them this morning watching the rugby. They are also one of our key financial supporters. And Trevelyan's, who have also given us a generous donation. So can we thank those? Okay, now let's put some rocks in a jar. So just some key notices from me. Just a reminder, please wear your lanyard at all times. We've also got emergency procedures. I know it feels like you've been here forever, but this is the first time we're going through the emergency procedures, but that's all good. Better late than never. So we just encourage you to take all reasonable measures to reduce the risk of injury while you're here. Visitors must use walkways provided and report any hazards or misses to a committee member. So as Patsy was saying earlier, all of us have these pretty maroon ribbons on, so please let us know if anything is wrong at any time. Lorraine, where are you? There's Lorraine. Everyone wave to Lorraine. You don't want to visit Lorraine. That is your goal for the day. So Lorraine is our St John's person today. Have you here with us tomorrow as well, Lorraine? No. Oh, damn it. Okay. So Lorraine is stationed in the school sick bay, which is on the other side of the admin building. And if you have any concerns at all about yourself or anyone else during the day, please go and visit Lorraine, because she's here to help, and she's a pretty nice lady. So thanks, Lorraine. So that is, as I say, the first aid block is over there, and we also have a defibrillator. Don't want you to use that either, but if you need it, we've got it for you. All right. Toilets. So you have hopefully identified that there are mobility toilets at the back. I'm not going to, sorry, I just noticed my brother at the back. He was trying to get me to do the airline thing, but I'm not going to do it. Okay. There are also mobility toilets in the gym that will be accessible during the dinner later on. And Simon has opened all the toilets around the school for the rest of the day. Yeah. So as you're wandering around checking out the place, you'll be able to go to the toilet all over the place. You can try all of them. Maybe that's one of our the gravel in the jar. Let's try all the toilets. Okay. Clearly we're not running to our schedule. So we are pushing some things out. So you'll be able to start collecting your packed lunch not at 12:30 but at 1 o'clock. So just push that out by half an hour. But the school tours will still commence at 1:30, so there are some things that we can keep as they were. Clearly our photo schedule is out of whack, but we are still going to start with the 80s because the 80s are the best. I think what we'll do is we'll just get into the 80s as soon as this assembly bit ends, and then we'll follow on from that. But what is really helpful is there will be an announcement on the PA to remind you to come for your photo. So don't fret too much about that. We want you to enjoy your day and not feel under pressure to be rushing around. So the photos are right here. The photos will be right here. These people won't be here. All right. Yeah, like I say, we're starting with the 80s. There'll be the reminder, and there'll also be a reminder of the start of the tours on the PA, and there'll also be a reminder about the AGM for the Alumni Association at 3 p.m. So my next notice is about dinner. So those of you who have booked a table, or those of you who have indicated that you have special dietary requirements, you will have received an email late on Thursday night. So we urge you to check that email. If you've not checked the email, or you're not able to check the email, the seating plan is on one of these doors that's open here and also outside the gym. So people with special dietary requirements, we've had to allocate a seat for you so that the caterers know where you are. So just be aware of that and check that out if you've not been able to do that by email already. What else do I want to rabbit on about? Okay, so as I say, at the conclusion of this assembly, as well as commencing the photos, we're also going to open the library. And in the library, there is an incredible archive display of memorabilia from 1923 through to now. And I just want to sincerely thank Mary Alice Blackett and Lynn Robertson for all of the work that they have put into getting that, especially Mary Alice, who has her amazing Gaming Family Archive. So can we please thank Mary Alice? In the library we also have a video booth. So those of you who are a bit chatty, you will have an opportunity to go to the library and have a bit of an opportunity to share and be videoed. Sharing your memories of Te Puke High School. There'll be a young man, I forgot the young man's name, Gary, sorry. Isaac. He's really cool. And he'll be there supporting you with that. He might ask you some prompt questions. But we really hope that a lot of you take advantage of this, because the big thing we want to do is to have this archive and really capture everyone's memories and take advantage of this opportunity. Also in learning, we're also going to open Learning Pod F. So we really want there to be a quieter space than the hall for people to just hang out and reconnect. So if rather than doing the tours or going to the library, if you just want a place to hang for the afternoon, you can come here, but you can also use Learning Pod F. So at 3 p.m, the AGM will be taking over that space, but that is another space that you can retreat to. I also want to draw your attention to the photo upload mechanism that we've set up for the weekend. So details of that are in your booklet. We really want people to be sharing their photos. So if you can go and look at that, that would be amazing. And just a real thank you for actually being here this weekend. We're so grateful for your support. Clearly it wouldn't be a reunion without humans in the room, so thank you so much. Yes. Sorry? Oh, sugars, I don't know why that's not on there. Now, in the back corner we have our memory board, and a lot of people shared memories of people who have passed on that board last night. We can make more room, we can put things around other things and fit everyone's memories, so please, I encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity, because even if you don't have someone to remember, just going and having a look and remembering some of those people who've been involved would be really cool. Okay, so the big things that are happening now is the excellent 80s kids are going to come to the front. We're going to have our photo once Alec has set up his stuff. Lunch will be at 1, and we're going to open the library for the memorabilia display, so if you want to have a look around. But the other thing is, to go back to your program, we want you to have as much structure structure as you want or as much not structure as you want. And we just want you to enjoy your afternoon. So thank you so much.